Hey everybody, it's Brigid Kaelin here, and I'm going to be listening to Olivia Rodrigo's Expectations. I've heard nothing of this new record. I don't know anything about it, but I had somebody ask me to listen with my kind of bizarre ears. And when I say bizarre ears, I'm a composer, singer-songwriter, touring musician type. And apparently I listen a little bit strangely. I always hear harmony and chords, and I hear a lot of things other people don't. I assumed everyone heard the same things, but I think that I listen the way that a composer, a music teacher, and a utility player tend to play, which I guess is interesting. It's always been interesting to me, but let's hear Olivia Rodrigo's Expectations. We're jamming. So G. I got it. Oh, F. Still an F. Ooh, what else is going on? Is that like a synthesizer or something? This is very like late 90s to me, early 2000s. Very rockin'. Are there only two chords? I mean, so far. Down to the 7 flat. So it's in G Mixolydian. You don't need to know that. To me, I say G Mixolydian because that tells me information that will predict other chords. So if I'm a utility player, which means I'm quite often the person in the band that you're like, that person's not in the band. Why are they on the road? And I'll be the one with like 5 different instruments off to the side because maybe there's a mandolin in one song and an accordion in the other. Basically, I have a weird skill set that is a really good and fun thing for me to be doing. It's good for people with ADHD. I play a bunch of instruments. I can sing harmonies. I'm free to tour. So anyway, so I hear that. Except it does that twice as long as I want it to. And then we go to the F. It wasn't that B flat. I really want to make it that. So G Mixolydian just tells me that we basically are centered around a G chord, except there's an F major instead of an F sharp, half diminished. So that's just ways that I can file and memorize things faster. A lot of vocals stack. His number's blocked. Oh, these are stacks. Oh, a different chord, D minor. Oh, back to F. A fake job? I didn't interrupt the chorus, partially because if I don't stop it enough, I get in trouble for copyright reasons. But I'm listening to more lyrics than I expect, and I'll tell you why. Because mainly there's only 2 chords. There are only 2 chords. We're going between a G and an F. There was that quick D minor, and I think I missed it real fast, but I think there was either a C or an E minor very, very briefly. But when you have simple chords with just kind of a driving pulse that's also not complicated, and I don't mean not complicated as in not interesting. I just mean it's not like it's not jumping all over the place. So my brain clocks that that's what's going on, and so it can move on and pay attention to something else. And so I'm listening to the lyrics. I like that. I think that's an important part of pop music, though, is if you have interesting lyrics, and these are funny. That's not the rhyme I was expecting. Usually I guess the rhyme. I didn't finish my thought. If you have interesting lyrics, you don't want to distract from them by playing 8 different chords. Always. That's what the passive was. So true. Okay, so I heard really, really high harmonies up there. I'm not gonna, clearly I'm not the background singer for this. I don't know what was coming out of my throat just then, but I heard stacks and stacks of vocals. It sounds like there's at least 3 or 4 takes of the main vocal pan to the middle. It's doubled multiple times and panned left and right, and then there were harmonies going on. These sound awesome. That sounded very Chapel Roan, just in the kind of speak sing. I've got expectations. Yes, you do. There it is. I was about to say, what's going to be different about the second verse? There's always something different. Usually the instruments stop or we get a new instrument, and I think we had both there. And a speaking thing. My husband's not at the bar. There's that strange. I love how the. All right, so this song's pretty harmonically simple, but the way that the melody stacks against the harmony with the chord, da, 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 that is complex. Those notes don't match the chord as beautifully as a composer would expect. This is a little bit more tense. Melodic, harmonic complexity. This is good advice, too. Yes! Oh, man. Okay, now I'm in. It's so true. Indecision. I like that too because the indecision is painfully unattractive, except she is just basically going back and forth between these two chords, this one or this one. So either that could go either way. I haven't soaked up all the words yet, but either we're here, or it's only these two as options. Make a choice, buddy. These days, I've got expectations. Oh. Me too. Oh, yeah. I just want to drive around with a convertible now. This is like the opposite of that AC/DC song about big balls, where they just sort of outright say that they've got big balls. Isn't that the name of the song? And this one is like really sung and beautiful, and they hesitate. Big expectations. As she should. Fake job, yes. I'm so in, Olivia. I love these backing vocals. There's so many layers of backing vocals there. Oh, was it over? What? No, give me more. I want more. All right, I got to hear the end. We got to hear how it ends, right? I love that because the vocals ended, they resolved it back to the G, but the instruments didn't come back in. So the expectation is that you would resolve it. Or at least both the singer and the band would resolve it, but only one of them did. And you know who did? Olivia, because she knows what she wants. She's not sitting around for these indecisive men. Good for her. All right, now I have to go back and I heard passive. Let me answer that question. What was going on musically? It was in the chorus. The chorus doesn't come until after a minute. Here we go. Ooh, I like that. Okay, it's coming. Passive. that's the same. What I would say about what's going on there and why that might stick out to you is that the chord is a G. I'm not kissing any guy that's passive. And the first syllable in passive, pass, pass, matches the chord exactly. But then the second syllable, sieve, is in the next chord. So you've got path, that matches beautifully, that does not. It creates a tense chord, the dominant seventh, and then the chord resolves, and you see how suddenly it sounds a little better. But on the word passive, it sounds like it's going to work out, and then it doesn't. Solid choice. Thank you for watching. I'm Brigid, and I will put a chord chart down on my Patreon page. You should join up because I'm going to do more of these because this is so much